Benny Hinn, this very week, Benny Hinn has a blog post up about Mark 12, where he calls any widows that are reading his blog post to follow the example of the widow in Mark 12 and send him all of their money. When I was in seminary, I wrote a letter to one of these guys just to see what would happen. I got back a prayer shawl that you were supposed to wrap around you, and the shawl would be empowered when you sent them money. It also came with a $1 bill, so I made $1 off of this. I took the $1 and I folded it up and put it in my Bible in Mark 12 next to this passage. It was a warning about what false religion does to people. You see this in Eastern religions too. You go to Bhutan or Nepal or Tibet or parts of India. This is what all false religion has in common. It oppresses people. What's the big deal about somebody who says they need to send in all their money to someone in the name of Jesus to show their faith in Jesus? What's the big deal between that person and somebody who's just giving money to their church? After all, they're both doing it in the name of Jesus. What's the big deal? Well, this is why Mark 12 ends the way it does. Jesus lets us know what the big deal is. Jesus sits down after teaching in the temple for 2 days. I mean, he's pretty much stopped this system for 2 days. He turned over the tables on day 1 and brought it to a screeching halt. It's been shut down on day 2, but now he's done teaching. Now Jesus is withdrawn. He's walked up the stairs on the side a little bit. He's perched up there. He's overlooking everything in the temple, and it's kicking back into gear again. The first thing he sees is the rich people putting money into the treasury. Oh, and he says, many of them were putting in very large sums. And then Jesus' eyes, in verse 42, turned to a different person. A poor widow came. She put in 2 small copper coins. She is the victim here. A lot of you, I'm sure, have always understood this passage to be like a model for giving, which I've never really got my mind around that. You know, she's not the model. We're not telling you give all you have. That's not the model. I want you to see the huge gulf between the giving in the church and this kind of giving in false religions. In false religion, you're giving to try to buy hope and demonstrate righteousness, and it always bankrupts you. You give to the church because you want to partner with us. You want to send our missionaries around the world to preach the real gospel in countries that are held in the grip of this kind of religion. That's why you give. You give because you want to fund the ministries of the church, the pastors of this church, to study the word and to disciple people and to do the ministry of the church. You enjoy partnering with this. You trust what the church is doing and you want to be part of it. You want your money to be part of it. That's why you give.